Welcome back. I already posted a video from the Tata Class Edge. So you understood what is the process of fertilization and other things. So the topics which are not given in Tata Class Edge, just I wanted to discuss. So here pollination you understood. What do you mean by pollination? The transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. So it may be of the same flower or different flower of the same species. So self-pollination or cross-pollination, all these points understood. But there is some agents or the organisms or any particular factor which help in transferring of this pollen grains from anther to stigma. So those are called agents. So agents, based on the agents, the pollination can be classified in this way. What is the first one? Hydrophily. Hydrophily means the pollen grains will be transferred to water. So such pollination is called a hydrophily. Example, lotus. Generally lotus, it takes place in that way. Then zoophily. Any animal. So it's not that only particular insect or particular animal. Any animal helps in transfer of pollen grains from one anther to stigma. Then it is called zoophily. Zoophily. Zoo means animal. Next, anemophily. Anemometer. I think you heard of anemometer. Anemophily means the pollen grains will transfer into the air and it will deposit on the stigma. So such pollination is called anemophily. Then entomophily. Entomology. Entomology means the study of insect. Any type of insect is called entomology. So entomophily. Any insect is helpful for the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. Then it is called entomophily. Then chiropterophily. Chiropterophily means bats. If bats are helpful for the pollination, then it is called chiropterophily. Next, ornithophily. Ornithology. The study of birds is called ornithology. So ornithophily means birds. Birds will help in the transfer of pollen grains. So these are based on the agents we call the particular pollination in this way. Next, what is another topic? How actually the pollen grain will transfer? I am going to discuss now, right? So once we go back to our previous topic. So the male reproductive structure is stamen and the female reproductive structure is a carpel or pistil. So we can also call it as pistil, right? Now, in the previous topic, cell division, when we discussed, meiosis takes place in germ cells, we discussed, right? So this is anther. Inside the anther is made up of some cells, no? So in these cells, meiosis takes place and haploid pollen grain will form. What will form? Pollen grain. Pollen grains will have half the number of chromosomes. Half the number of chromosomes. As you know, human beings, 46 chromosomes, no? So I am taking human being as an example. Don't consider this also will have 46. So 23 chromosomes only will be there in the pollen grain, right? Next, in the carpel, this is ovary. Inside this ovary, in the ovules are formed by meiosis. Due to that, haploid means n number, 23 chromosomed eggs will form. Egg or ova. Ovule is singular, ova is plural. So ova will form. Now 23 plus 23. How this 23 and 23 will fuse? So the pollen grains will transfer from anther to stigma. They will reach here, travel here and reaches to this eggs and forms zygote. This is called the process of fertilization. How is it? I am going to explain now, right? So this is egg apparatus. The egg will have 4-celled structure. Here, this is the egg cell. These are called synergids and these are antipodals. Actually 8 cells will be there. So 2 cells will be in the middle. Both will fuse and they will form a secondary nucleus, 2 eggs. Okay, now what happens actually? On the stigma, the pollen grain will fall. This is called a pollination. After pollination, what happens? These juices from the stigma will be absorbed by the pollen grain and pollen grain will swells up. Due to the swelling, the exine, the outer layer and inner layer, 2 layers will be there. The inner layer will form into a tube-like structure called pollen tube. What is this called? Pollen tube. So this pollen tube goes through this stale. What is this? This structure, stale. And it forms, goes through like this, and when it is moving like that, what happens? The nucleus, the male nucleus, once divides mitotically and forms 2 nuclei. How many nuclei will form? 2. One is male germ cell and another one is tube nucleus. So both will move, and male nucleus will fuses with this, forms zygote. The other nucleus will move and fuses with this secondary nucleus. One more. So 3x cell will form. This is called pen cell, primary endosperm nucleus. Primary endosperm nucleus. CLEUS, nucleus, 3x. So what is the function of this primary endosperm nucleus? It will form the endosperm. What do you mean by endosperm? You know the seed, structure of seed. So structure of seed like this. This is radicle and this is plumule. These are called cotyledons. What do you call them? Cotyledons. So these cotyledons are nothing but endosperm. So they will give food for the growing embryo. Growing embryo is nothing but the baby plant, the plumule and radicle. So these cotyledons will be formed by the primary endosperm nucleus. Okay. Then we will discuss post-fertilization changes later. Right. Thank you, children.